Welcome to Swish. You are here. For the first time, we're on video this week. I am your co-host, Chris Hayden, and with me as always...
I'm your other co-host, Adam Hayden. It's still always awkward when it gets thrown to me for the first time. Damn it.
Right off the bat.
Damn it.
Welcome to Swish. You are here. We're back from Las Vegas Summer League, and my voice is wrecked.
Mine is a little wrecked, too.
I sound like Will Arnett.
I feel like I haven't slept in a week.
Yeah, that's because you haven't slept in a week.
And I feel like I had too many free drinks at New York, New York.
Shout out to New York, New York, the casino that we stay at when we can't get a room at the Aria or the Vidara.
Yep.
God, my voice is deep right now.
Oh, man.
Ladies, if you're listening, turn that speaker over and straddle it.
Oh, God. Ladies, if you're listening, I'm so sorry.
Well, you finally get to see our ugly faces. Hopefully you're watching this on YouTube or you are... or you're listening on a podcast.
You know?
Hopefully you're just listening. Hi, people out there.
Hey, everyone.
Rate
How's
and
it
review.
going?
Everyone rate and review. You know, the first couple times we do this, like, you can see our beards and everything.
Yeah.
Excuse a little beard in the mic.
Mine's not as good. But
He said it.
It's still okay.
He said it. Yeah, Vegas was a madhouse. We got to go to a bunch of games, see a lot of new players.
We did. We saw Jaylen Brown play. We saw little Ben Simmons.
Is that what his new name is? Lil Ben?
Lil Ben Simmons.
Lil Ben Simmons.
He's actually the only NBA player named Ben that was named after the Michael Jackson song.
What about Ben Bindle?
Ben
Bindle.
I was going to correct you, and then I realized what your joke was.
Ben Bindle.
No, you that was actually just an accident. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I thought that was just your joke from the outset.
Oh, you can also see our glorious sign. This you saw on television.
If you were watching NBA TV.
That's right.
This week.
We'll get to that in just a second, but I want to go and talk about a little bit. Ben Simmons is a monster person.
He is. Oh, my God.
Ben Simmons, the passes that Ben Simmons throws are absurd. The stuff he's doing is not something a rookie should be doing.
Yeah.
Especially not a rookie forward.
The feel and court vision that guy has is absurd.
It's crazy. And you know what I was telling somebody.
He knows where people are. The awareness he has to know where people are.
Well, here's what I was going to say. I was telling somebody the other day over at the Headgum Network. Shout out to the Headgum Network.
Headgum. Gum it up in your head.
I was telling people when we went to Vegas that when we were watching Ben Simmons that the thing that you can't see as much on TV that you could see when we were watching him in person is that he does this thing where it's something that veterans do a lot. You can see, but like he will go in and like tap guys off of screens to tell them what direction to go. And he'll almost push guys in the right direction, just barely, like when he runs past them. Like he's positioning people to set them up to score.
Because he's a point guard that's 6'10".
Yeah, rookies don't do that.
No.
That's not a rookie thing.
It's really bizarre. It's something you don't see
I'm going to get a new microphone stand for next week.
Yeah.
Because you can't really see my face if I go either way here.
I feel like I put mine in an awkward position. Is it going to be too much if I move it slightly? Is it going to hurt?
No, nothing's going to hurt. You get to see his insecurities on camera.
Your ears are fine. Your ears didn't hurt at all.
No, but I think I just burped into the microphone.
Gross.
Yeah, it's pretty gross. Adam has a problem with burping.
Not really. When I was younger,
he has a problem with burping.
It's not really a problem. It's like if you're in a car and someone starts burping in your face and blowing it at you, and you try and roll the window down and they locked it, and it's rude, and I don't want to deal with that. So why would he do that to me? No. You stupid.
It's my favorite thing in the world.
Stupid man.
But yeah, we saw Ben Simmons, Brandon Ingram. We caught a little Brandon Ingram.
We saw a little Brandon Ingram.
Brandon Ingram's pretty much a monster too. He just he's got to get more confident with his shot.
Yeah. Same with Ben Simmons.
Because his shot's nasty. Ben Simmons
I heard people talking shit on Ben Simmons all over.
Who was talking shit on Ben Simmons?
There were random people sitting behind us in the starters crowd, and there were a couple people in the audience. It's just fans of other Lakers fans. No offense, Lakers fans, but that's what most of Summer League is.
That's what they have right now.
Mostly Lakers fans, but
they have complaining.
But we saw Boston play the Mavericks.
Yeah, Boston's got a good little squad of young people. I mean, I don't know who's going to make that team.
There's little signs in that game too.
Yeah, you can see the sign.
Jaylen Brown highlights
on the Monday game. The Monday game where the Mavs are playing the Celtics. You can see us. Yeah. You can see us for most of it. I would love to put clips in here of it, but I don't think we can use NBA clips.
It's not licensed, so
however, we can throw to the clip of where they showed us on TV sitting there hunched over.
That's fair.
Because there's no basketball players in that clip.
No.
We'll throw to that clip right now.
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
Whoa.
Wasn't that hilarious?
Crazy cats.
That was hilarious. No, we were on TV a bunch, and then we went to watch the starters. Adam is vaping the first time on camera. Just right at it. He should have just blown it right at the camera.
I didn't. That's a dick move.
We were on the starters.
I don't want to look like one of those vape life assholes.
Vape life advocates, VLAs.
Yeah. With a Y.
With a Y. Yeah. Now, we were on the starters on NBA TV like the entire time, especially you.
Yeah, my face was front and center right behind Lee Ellis for a lot of it, which was particularly funny. It was weird being in the crowd for so long. We actually got interviewed beforehand because we had lined up so early.
Before we went on, a guy came up to us who was doing an article, a guy for the Orange County Register. Let me get you his name.
Yeah, you pull that up real quick. So he just walked up to us and he noticed our sign and he wanted to see. He asked, maybe he looked at our Twitter because he asked if we were from Los Angeles, which we were both in Mavs uniforms, but he nailed that. So he was just
he nailed
that.
I like Adam trailed off. It's Dan Woik.
I just had to give
Dan
him credit.
Woike, W-O-I-K-E, Dan Woik, maybe?
Woik.
I think it's Woik.
Woik.
He covers the Clippers and sports for the OC Register.
Yeah.
Orange County Register, for those of you.
Yeah, he was doing a piece
living in Southern
on
California.
the starters, which is interesting because the only people that aren't the starters or Brent Barry in that article are us.
It was us.
A lot of me. I used the word blowhard.
This is episode 4 of the podcast. And we're the only other people in that stupid article.
Yep.
Yeah, he used the word blowhard. I mean, like, I like...
It was fine.
What I didn't say is, I work for a major podcast network, and I've been in radio off and on for my whole life, and our dad worked in radio. Like, what we didn't tell him were those things.
What I forgot to tell him was that I was really horny, and he was starting to look mighty fine.
Yeah, so he did come up and talk to us.
Sorry about
he talked
that
to us like we were. He talked to us like we were like. He said, "quote The Summer League was the Comic-Con of basketball, and that we were cosplaying as Dirk Nowitzki because we were wearing Dirk jerseys."
Yeah. So, and because we're white,
and because we're white, because we're white as hell.
Yeah.
No, he was a nice guy, and he asked us some questions, and I'm glad to get the shout out in the article.
That was
However,
really cool.
Our podcast in the article is called The Swish Pod, which, if you're a listener to the show, you know is our Twitter, Swish Pod.
So it's an understandable thing.
Yeah, but at the same time, the one publicity
poster
we got this week outside of the television of our sign right here was a guy interviewing us where he referred to us by our first and last name and shouted out our podcast as The Swish Pod. Our podcast is called Swish You Were Here.
Swish You Were Here.
And we swish you were. But you should know that if you're listening to this. But I just thought it was funny. He messed that up. But I'm not gonna I'm not gonna email the Orange County Register and have
I'm glad
them
to get
print
a shout out
redaction.
Anyway. I'm sure that it's.
I'll take the shout out.
We're findable. If you look for the Swish Pod, you might find us anyway.
But we got to sit behind Gazy.
Yeah, Andrew
Gaze, the Australian
really cool.
basketball star.
If you watch,
I dropped my pen.
If you watch that episode, I look like such an animated happy child at Christmas time. I just unwrapped the just just the biggest toy of the season.
That's okay.
I found a Furby.
They gave us T-shirts and were like, "You got to wave your T-shirt," and kept telling us to wave your T-shirt. So my dumb ass is sitting there waving a T-shirt like crazy.
Me too,
but
at
no
a
joke.
point.
Thank you to the starters for the free T-shirts.
Thank you.
They were very nice to us. It was a great experience.
I looked so, I think, happy and animated because I knew I was in the crowd and I wanted it to be like a good show for them.
Exactly.
So I wanted to be an animated audience member if I was going to be on camera.
But it worked out. They were very nice guys. Shout out to J.E. Skeets and to Lee Ellis.
Yeah.
Bummer that we didn't get to see Trey Kirby or Tass Mellis, who Tass had just left for some family emergency, and Trey hadn't gotten there yet because he had a baby. But there's no chance in hell he listens to this. No. But congratulations to Trey Kirby.
Also, I hope everything's good with Tass Mellis.
Yeah, and I hope everything's cool with Tass and all that gets worked out. Because that's a real bummer. Hate to miss him, but
congratulations to Trey.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
I know. I wanted to say it as well.
No,
I wanted us both to have congratulated.
No,
just know that.
No,
people at home.
No.
But what was I gonna say here? Oh yeah. And I also photobombed
here.
Oh, where is it? Where am I going? No, I also kind of accidentally photobombed Lee Ellis and accidentally on purpose photobombed Andrew Gaze and Lee Ellis's selfie that they got to take together.
You photobombed it hard. You were in that selfie.
He was taking all these with like a selfie stick and stuff.
Uh-huh.
I think actually
he was trying to frame you out more than anything.
I think so.
It was really funny. If
but
you can see the picture. If you go to Lee Ellis's Twitter,
I'm just smiling and staring at the camera,
which I believe is at Lee Ellis.
But I wasn't the only one there. There were people around me, so they just weren't in the camera. Chris is vaping on camera for the first time. What a dick! Hashtag vape life with a Y. Chris just said it with that.
No, we were walking around one of the casinos, and this group of youths walked by and were like, hashtag vape life, bro. Hashtag vape life. And we were immediately like, I want to just throw this out the window.
Yeah,
if it weren't keeping me from smoking fucking cigarettes,
then
I wouldn't be doing it. But I do like the guys. Shout out to the Vape Shop LA.
Yeah,
I like those guys down there.
The best.
Rin and Chris and Ellison and all those guys and Hannah.
I feel like I'm
if
blowing
you're in
out
Los
the
Angeles
mic.
and you are about that vape life, holler at the Vape Shop LA.
Go see Rin. He knows what's up, and he can steer you the right way.
How long do we hold this?
Did you get the picture? Did you get that picture? I'm trying to keep my smile.
Oh,
did you get it?
But that was our experience at Summer League. It was real hot. Vegas is really hot. Tell them what happened with your weed chocolate.
Oh God. Well, before
it was a close call.
I shouldn't
all
have brought
around,
it with
though.
me. I had this. I had a little bit of weed chocolate with me in the form of these little espresso beans that were covered in chocolate, and I left them. I shouldn't have brought them with me. I didn't really think about it. They were in my pocket, and when I got to the thing, I was like, "Oh, they might have a drug dog in there.
You had some
I
chocolate
should leave these in here."
You had some chocolate in your pocket?
I had some chocolate in my pocket.
Chocolate pocket? You had a little chocolate pocket?
I had a little chocolate pocket.
All right.
Okay.
Just checking.
I don't have anywhere to take that. But the tin, no, don't you do it. The tin, I just was like, okay, I'm going to cover up the windshield and I'm going to put it in the glove box and I'm going to hope for the best. And when I got back, it was just a soupy mess. It was
just
like
little espresso beans floating, like naked espresso beans floating in a can.
And when I got it back to the hotel, I left the can lid off for a while. I let it cool down. Hopefully it would get to a decent point. And pretty quickly it just became a solid hard rock that I couldn't do anything with.
This was legal in California, medical weed chocolate. Adam is a legal medical cannabis user in the state of California, for those of you wondering.
And it was legally in Las Vegas.
Theoretically. Don't worry about that. Nobody worry about that. We did not have any of it at any places.
Gifted it to me in Las Vegas.
Oh, whatever.
So what are you going to...
Hashtag legalize it. That'll be the name of this episode. Hashtag legalize it. It's on the ballot in November for you Californians out there. Go vote. Recreational.
You know what? I want to speak about something very quickly that we should legalize that just got banned.
What?
Intentional fouling
of
a bad free throw shooter. I wasn't prepared to talk about this, but it just came to mind.
Here's your soapbox, sir.
Yeah. Well, Adam Silver this week announced that the rules that apply at the end of the fourth quarter, was it the last minute and a half?
Yeah, I think so.
Now apply at the end of every fourth quarter. So you can't start intentionally fouling a player. It starts giving them one shot in the ball back.
Right, so it negates the hack-a-shack thing.
Yeah.
Essentially.
So it essentially rewards bad free throw shooting. I know that a lot of people don't agree with this because it's not fun to watch the hack-a-shack, but I'm sorry, 38% free throw shooting is not real. Shouldn't really be acceptable for a pro athlete, right?
No. I feel like I could shoot better than 38% from the free throw line.
And I get that it's a struggle,
Challenge.
but you got to work on it. But man, you just become a liability.
Yeah.
And now there's no like fire to get better in that way, except to just have a better percentage on paper and to help win the game at the end of the day. But it's not. The pressure's off on that free throw now too, because I'm going to take this one and I'm going to get the ball back. Whatever. I don't like it. I don't have anything about that.
What a wonderful
whatever.
soapbox. Adam just totally sort of complained / agreed with and then came to terms with a hot button issue.
I had to grieve, basically.
I had to grieve
because that's really annoying.
Adam, that was a hot, nasty soapbox you were on.
You know what? That's why they call me Hot Nasty.
That's true. They do call you that.
Oh, boy.
No one calls him that.
No one calls me that anymore because those people aren't there anymore.
What does that mean?
They're not around.
What does that even mean?
They used to be here, but they're not here now.
I don't know what that means.
They left earlier.
What does that mean?
What do you think?
Oh, this has gone off the rails quite quickly.
God. The hell is happening here?
After we got back from Vegas, there have been some things going on this week in basketball land, other than Las Vegas Summer League.
Oh, yeah. Let me have a look here.
Oh, let me have a look here.
Let me have a look.
Well, there were some transactions.
So there were some transactions this week, and there were some rumors. What transactions were you wanting to talk about?
Oh, the Blake Griffin thing. It wasn't a transaction. It's a rumor.
It's a rumor. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Okay, I have some info about that.
There was not a lot of big signings this week.
No,
I think the Mavericks signed Quincy Acey.
Yeah.
If that matters, not a whole lot went down.
They got like 100% more Amish beard.
They did.
It's
they really
kind
did.
of great. And he's a guy that, for some reason, when you say Quincy Acey, I think of a 33-year-old man. But he's like 26, so he's got a lot of time. He's just had 4 teams in 4 seasons.
Yeah, that'll happen to a guy.
Boy, okay. Sacramento and the Knicks.
One of the biggest things that came out this week was that there were some, like, Kevin Durant sort of finally addressed the Russell Westbrook questions.
Yeah,
what has been going on?
He broke his silence
all week. He broke the Westbrook silence.
I actually have that here from Bleacher Report. It says, I just told Westbrook. I let him know how I felt. Obviously, our relationship won't ever be the same again, but it's something I wanted to do, and I expressed that to him. Hopefully, he respected it. So he said their relationship won't ever be the same again. So if people were thinking, like, they're just going to reunite somewhere else, like after he gets a title or something like that.
Well, I mean, honestly, I didn't
think...
I didn't read the comments that you mentioned to me purposely so you could read them to me, and they're not nearly as like incendiary or heinous as I expected them to be.
No, they're not. It's just the only thing he said about it. He said a little bit more in this, but I
mean, reading between the lines, the truth of the whole thing is that like he wanted out of the Westbrook problem.
Yeah, and
more than anything.
I mean, that's a good way to look at it. And it's also, he wrote that he didn't write. They asked him, about the heated response he's getting from fans.
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, it's difficult. I'm not used to this much attention, but I'm getting used to it. Obviously, people don't like me right now, but it is what it is. I can't please them all. I've still got to go out there and handle my business. They're not going to get up at 9 o'clock in the morning and work on their game for me. So I've got to do all of that on my own. I can't worry about people on the outside. I've got to sleep at night. I've got to get up and I've got to perform. I've got to do all the stuff. Or all that stuff. I got to do all the stuff.
All the stuff.
It is what it is. Once we were playing the games, once we start playing the games, I'll feel like a little... I'll feel a little bit more better. It took me a moment.
You're going to say, I'll feel like a little boy.
I'll feel like a little boy. No, it says, I'll feel a little bit more better. Work on that, Kevin. Right now, it's definitely a change. There's a different vibe going around, but I'll get used to that. So sorry for that being like pulling teeth to read. Let me show you real quick as I goofily drop my phone. Let me show you real quick the size of my laptop.
He does a lot of things goofily.
And why it's on
Adam
a
can't
chair
put his
next
laptop
to me.
on the table because it's too big.
So it's in an
covers
awkward
everything
spot.
up.
It might cover a little bit too much if you're looking.
It covers
freaking
everything
massive.
up.
I don't know why I edited myself to freaking. It's freaking massive.
This
dude.
is on YouTube.
This stuff sucks.
Yeah.
This crap is bullcrap. This crap is bullcrap, and you know it, Mom.
This is bullcrap. Yeah, I don't know. Here, my thing with KD, like this is a thing that like everyone needs to calm the fuck down because Kevin Durant made a decision. He's a grown ass man. He made a decision to go win some ball games. Do I love the fact that they're going to be significantly better this year? No. But is it good for basketball? I think it is. I don't think this is bad for basketball. I think this is a good thing. If anything, maybe it creates a fucking villain, another villain, and cool. We need all the villains and the heroes, and that's part of why we like sports. It's about...
That's kind of the Mark Cuban take on it.
Sure. It's about having good guys, bad guys, drama, the whole thing. That's what makes sports entertaining.
I know someone who disagrees with you, and that's Adam Silver. He said this week basically
Stickly? Adam Silver looked like Stick Stickly. Look right here. I'm going to put this on screen. We saw him
at Summer League walking around.
Adam Silver and Stick Stickly.
We also saw the logo walking around. Jerry West. We saw Tom Thibodeau. We saw Dwayne Casey.
Casey.
Carlisle. Johnny Walls. And so
Danny Ferry.
Yeah. Shook hands with a few coaches and stuff too.
But, shout out to
Mike Shedder.
Yeah. Dallas Mavericks development coach. What up, Shed?
Hey Shed. Shed.
Let's go with it.
Thanks for the handshake, man.
Can't wait for more halftime interviews and shenanigans with Jeff Skin Wade. Shout out to Skin.
Skin it up, Skin. Sorry, I'm looking through my articles, so.
No, I think that the whole Golden State thing, it's not necessarily as bad as everyone thinks. The other thing is, you have to remember that they're going to have to find chemistry. They're going to have to learn to play together. Like, it's not going to all work out from the beginning. I mean, it probably will. They're all good players, but there are going to be downtimes, just like anything else. I mean, they're bringing in a massive piece. So I don't see why. I don't see how that's going to be perfectly working out.
No,
like
I don't
off
see
the start.
either.
But they're going to be really good. I mean,
I actually can see it working out off the start in a way that other super teams didn't, because I don't think it's going to be a problem about is it Kevin's team or is it Steph's team.
It's not about that either. I don't think it's about any of that. I think it's just that like dude wanted to go play with some people. He had a perfect opportunity to do it. It's not like it's not like they made an opportunity. They had a hole.
Yeah.
They didn't want to re-sign Harrison Barnes necessarily because Kevin Durant was available. Mm-hmm. You had the opportunity. I don't blame Golden State for doing this. I don't blame Kevin Durant for doing this. It is what it is, a business decision.
You know how Harrison Barnes' game last year, well, not just last year, but his game with that team has been stand in the corner and wait for a three?
Yeah.
Wait for an open three.
Won't be that in Dallas.
When everyone collapses on everyone else. It won't, but this is still about the Warriors.
Right.
Now they have to account for Clay. They have to account for Steph. They have to account for Draymond. Someone is going to get left open eventually, and they're just going to knock down shots.
You're right.
There's going to be a Clay on the three a lot when someone stopped accounting for Clay for a second.
You're right.
Or stopped accounting for Durant for a second. Or Draymond's
You're not wrong about any of that, but
I mean, fourth option.
You're not wrong about any of that, but they still have to find a way to play together.
Yeah.
And they can't all have the ball in their hands, and
No.
you know, it's going to be a lot of ball movement. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know that Durant
Is KD
will
playing in
care
the USA
about
basketball
having
this
the ball in his
offseason?
hands that
Is he
much.
playing in USA?
I think so. I think that's why he was answering questions.
Okay. I just
Because
couldn't
think
remember.
The USA guys
Yes.
have to go to Vegas.
He is, because they're going to Vegas this week. Because people were asking Harrison Barnes if it's going to be awkward if he's going to, because he's going to have to play USA basketball with Kevin Durant, who just took his job.
He said it'd be more awkward just having Kyrie in his ear
Yeah.
the whhole time.
All summer.
It's going to be weird having him in his ear all summer.
The other thing was this Blake Griffin rumor that I wanted to talk about a little bit. What was funny was when we were in Vegas, we were talking to a lot of fans. One of the cool things about Summer League, if you get a chance to go check out Summer League, please do, because it was really cool that everyone there was very like-minded and that they all wanted to talk sports. Like everyone had their own little sports talk vibe going on.
Yeah.
And it wasn't annoying like I thought it would be, because sometimes it can be. Because I really hate it when people who are unqualified talk about sports.
Yeah, that sucks, because like guys like that hold vapes and just like hang out and like say like a bunch. And,
That
like,
guy.
keep like liking stuff and
No,
like,
we were talking to some
liking
Boston
your likes on
fans.
Facebook and like
We were talking to
liking
some
things on Twitter with the heart button.
Can you stop now?
Yeah. Did you want to say something?
Yeah, it's on volume down.
Go ahead.
No, we were talking to some Boston fans, and they all kind of had different takes on what Boston's going to do, because they all want to trade right now, but they don't want to trade Jay Crowder or Avery Bradley, but they know they have to. That was kind of the general consensus.
Yeah, there's a couple guys.
But the first one I heard, they heard them wanting to get. A couple people want Westbrook, but that's not necessarily on the table right now. And everything I've
That's what I
read
was
says
gonna bring
that's
up.
not on the table yet. But the big one is Blake Griffin, and I think that they would try and package Jay Crowder. They would. I think what I'm hearing last is that there's a 3-team trade that was rumored, and it was Sacramento, Boston, and the Clippers.
Where does Boogie move in this?
No. They don't have all the details, but essentially what would end up happening is that Blake would go to...
What does Sacramento have?
They want to trade Ben McLemore, I think. But
Okay.
there's a lot involved, but somehow I think Blake goes to Boston, Ben McLemore goes to the Clippers, and Crowder maybe goes to Sacramento. I'm not sure how all that shakes out.
Ben McLemore for Blake Griffin, though?
Basically, something like that.
That
Either
wouldn't
way, it was a
make any
3-team
sense.
trade involving them. No, the one that made more sense that I saw the other day was Cleveland, Clippers, Boston. So
Does Kevin
what would
Love
happen
go?
would, well, no. Well, here's the thing. I think what would happen was Kevin Love would go to the Clippers.
Right.
Blake
Let's see if
Griffin
I
would
can
go
find this.
to Boston, and Jay Crowder would go to Cleveland. But I'm not entirely certain that Kevin Love moves in that deal, because I think they want because I think Jay Crowder fits really well with Cleveland if you're able to make that move,
Yeah.
even in a 3-team trade, because he really bolsters that forward rotation.
Jay Crowder's a great player. He's not going to score 20 points a night, usually.
No, he's a bowling ball.
But yeah,
He
he's
rolls downhill. That's pretty
great
much
on
it.
defense,
Yeah.
and he contributes a lot on offense.
Mhm.
He'll hit an open shot, and he'll make a good pass
Yeah.
and be in the right place.
Did that fan just come on?
I don't
What
know.
is that? Something is very
Is there
loud.
something going on outside? Oh, this is weird for the podcast.
It's the Babadook.
It is. Duck, duck, duck. No. Outside
Duck,
earlier,
duck, duckin'.
we were talking to a neighbor, and
Duck.
me and your fiance, we were walking our dogs outside, and not a euphemism, and we ran into a neighbor, and she was like, "You just missed the police chase." We're like, what
What?
are you talking about? Yeah, this is so weird. Not basketball, so sorry.
No, I want to hear
But
this.
this is interesting.
I haven't heard
You
this
just
yet.
missed the police chase. This is like a couple hours ago. And she said, I saw a car a second ago just run through the red light or the stop sign. There's a 4-way stop next to our place, and right after him was a cop car on his tail with the lights going, and the dude was just bailing, and he turned off somewhere toward the main street over there. I'm just not being specific on purpose. And she said and we saw the helicopter searching around with his lights out, because this guy apparently bailed out of his car or something, because another cop car pulled through and he started flashing his lights into this church parking lot and stuff. And there were a lot of cars. There were apparently 4 or 5 cars.
What happened?
Through. We have no idea. He's gone. He was police chase, and he ran off on foot somewhere. Last I saw, the helicopters were out, but it's not that crazy. There's not a big punch.
Well, after
line.
that person got murdered near our house, it was okay.
We shouldn't full detail that because
it was near our house, but
it's Googleable.
It was essentially a gang member stabbed somebody who happened to live in a building near here and got past the screening, and then that guy got shot by a guy trying to save the woman being stabbed.
Yeah.
Long story short, he did save the woman being stabbed, but that happened very near our house. We need to move.
Yeah, we do need to move a little bit.
Oh boy. Good old Los
Whoever
Angeles.
said Los Angeles wasn't the pinnacle of safety? Did people say that?
No one's ever said that.
I thought it was Gotham is where the crime is. Los Angeles is pretty chill.
Los Angeles pretty chill.
And New York, you just get a lot of hey, I'm going to take your bag and I'm going to run down the street. Try and catch me, lady. That's all I know about New York.
Shout out to New York.
Never been.
Jesus Christ.
What's up, Knicks fans? Hit me up on Twitter.
But that's really all that's going on in the association outside of USA basketball is about to start, and then after that we got training camps, and then we have the season.
The season.
Oh
my God!
We're going to hear a lot of Marv Albert.
Yep.
Talking about the season.
Talking about the motherfucking season. Hey kids, are you ready for the fucking season? Because it's gonna be goddamn ridiculous.
The fucking season. Look at the fucking basketball out here. Look at this guy putting the goddamn ball in the fucking net. I would love to hear curse.
Oh, and he got blocked like a little pussy. It's just really aggressive.
All right. Pussies are very strong.
They are. They're
durable. Very durable.
They're built with that Duraflex that you get in the trash bags.
They're not built with anything.
What?
They're built by the Jesus.
I grew up only knowing about women from the film Weird Science. So when you tell me they're not built, I'm going to call bullshit.
I'm dying.
Oh, you sound dying.
No, but we do have a little game that Adam brought this up last week.
Yes.
And he wanted to do a thing for this new season. And I'll just let you tell him what this is.
Yeah, let's break into it. Okay, weird. Alrighty.
It was a remix. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I like that. I really like that. So we were supposed to pick players for each other, and it was originally going to be really obscure guys, because I came up with this on the spot last week that we're just going to have to follow this guy for the season. But I think it'd be better if they were a young starter or fringe starter. That's kind of our guidelines.
Fringe, I love that
or
show.
a 6th, 7th man who's could work their way into the rotation this year.
So he has to be 6'7".
Someone interesting.
A 6'7" man.
It didn't have to be a rookie.
Got to be 6'7" though.
And the one I picked is a pretty well-known guy.
He's ignoring me completely.
I know. Because I was setting this up, and you're being a real rude jerk ass.
Real rude Jude you are.
Excuse you? That's offensive. Are you
Jude.
being anti-Semitic again?
Like the Beatles.
Oh. Bang Bang
Get
Jude.
back to your thing.
Okay. So I want to, just for the sake of in case we pick the same player, I want Chris to go first because I have a backup in mind if we need be. And what we're going to do here is we're going to kind of sell the other player by reading them whatever is on their Wikipedia page. May it be true or false. We didn't edit them or anything. It's just whatever info is available there because the NBA.com.
Oh, we don't have to sell each other because you get this player.
Yeah, it's
and
true.
That's it.
It's more like we're laying out who it is
somebody.
and here's their bio. But I tried to pick someone, I think
Adam's exhausted, by the way.
I am. I'm so tired, man. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night, and I had a class this morning at like 10 a.m. on the other side of town, and I got there 30 minutes early.
You idiot.
Had to drive.
No, that's a good
thing.
Food. You need to be on time, and early is on time.
Yeah, but
you getting your responsibilities in check, son?
Responsibilities, son.
Responsibility.
Responsibilities,
son.
Respect it.
Respect my responsibilities, son.
Oh, we're dumb. We're dumb people.
Yeah, that's true.
Dumbass, dumb idiots. That would be a weird drop if you hadn't hit the button.
Dumbass, dumb idiots.
Dumbass, dumb idiots.
Why do you think people don't like you?
I'm not playing this game with you, Chuck, because the big women down in San Antonio. Not my words, Chuck.
That was funny.
Chuck's words.
Mm-hmm, that's true.
Charles Barkley's words. If you haven't seen him saying that on the television,
that's a whole nother world of stuff. But I want to get into this now because you set the thing up so confusingly and awkwardly.
I set it up perfectly, and you never went.
Mm-mm.
Tell me who this idiot is.
Drum roll. I don't have a drum roll sound effect, but I'm not going to do that to you because I'm trying to keep it light. That's the worst. No, that is not a drum roll.
That's not that's an alien drum roll.
Your player, whether you like it or not, is the one, the only OG Bobby Portis.
OG Bobby.
Bobby Portis from the Chicago Bulls.
That's awesome. Alrighty. Tell me a little bibby about Bobby.
So what we're gonna do here, like Adam said, is I'm gonna literally just read Bobby Portis's Wikipedia page. I don't know what it says. It's probably very boring and mundane. And Adam just covered up everything with his big-ass computer.
Well, it's going to be easier for me to read the wiki.
He used an iPad and a phone. Wow. Bobby Portis, born February 10th, 1995. The man is 21 years old from Little Rock, Arkansas. He's of American descent, stands at 6'11". That's 2.11 meters for those of you who don't live in God's country. Listed at 230 pounds, 104 kilograms for you heathens from Europe. He went to Hall High School in Little Rock, Arkansas. Went to Arkansas College, University of Arkansas from 2013 to 2015. He was taken in the first round, 22nd overall in the 2015 draft by your Chicago Bulls. Consensus second team All-American 2015, SEC Player of the Year 2015, first team All-SEC 2015, second team All-SEC 2014, SEC All-Freshman Team 2014, McDonald's All-American 2013, first team Parade All-American. That's where they take all the Americans and put them in a parade 2013. It says here, Bobby Portis was born the date that I said earlier, listen, hit rewind, is an American professional basketball player for the Chicago Bulls of the National Basketball Association, the NBA. He played college basketball for the Arkansas Razorbacks and was drafted 22nd. These are all things I've already told you. Skipping to his professional career, on June 25th, 2015, Bobby Portis was selected, like we said 5 times. Get your shit together, Wikipedia. He signed on a rookie scale contract by the Bulls July 7th. He scored 10 points in the Bulls' 25-point loss to Charlotte Hornets in his debut on November 3rd, following a quadruple overtime loss to the Detroit Pistons on December 18th. A number of the Bulls' starting 5 members were fatigued heading into the team's December 19th game against the New York Knicks, with Jimmy Butler and Tony Snell struggling. Portis capitalized and had the best night of his young career with 20 points and 11 rebounds. That is OG Bobby Portis, Adam Hayden's player to watch in 2017.
Bobby Portis, I'm into that. I like that. I really like that.
Yeah, do you like Bobby Portis? What do you think about Bobby Portis? What do you know about Bobby Portis other than what I told you, which is like nothing? It really was nothing on there.
I don't know a ton about Bobby Portis.
Yep.
I know there was buzz when he got drafted. I know Rondo and Dwayne Wade and Jimmy Butler are going to ruin any chance he had of entering a starting lineup this year.
Look, I think that Bobby Portis is going to have a season where he gets a lot more playing time because I think you've got Robin Lopez there now, right? No, yeah, Robin Lopez is going to be there, I believe.
I'm really having trouble here.
So he's going to play behind him
on your player now. Because of your pick, it kind of makes me want to pick my other pick because I had 2 just in case you pick the same.
Yeah.
I just feel it's closer to the same player.
Hit me with it.
Even though it's not, this player might still get more playing time. So let me.
Yours is a
pull
lot
up-
more low down and chill.
Oh yeah. Let me tell you about a player you're gonna see now. No, you're not. Wait,
In
here
a
he is.
rapping
Here
way.
he is. Rip, rip, rap. I'm gonna start rapping, doing things big. Things are gonna happen. Okay, that's as good as it gets.
Who I got?
Born the 25th of February, 1995, at age 21, from Dubrovnik, Croatia.
He really hasn't read this yet.
Mario Hazonia.
Oh.
Ooh, it's gonna be a fun.
You're going to make me watch Orlando Magic games?
I'm gonna
Talking to
read
the
you-
microphone.
I'm gonna read you. What was I doing? I just wasn't talking. I was waiting. Okay. Mario Hazonia, born February 25th of February 1995, is a Croatian professional basketball player for the Orlando Magic of the National Basketball Association. Ever heard of it? He also represents the Croatian national team internationally. I'm
Okay.
glad he doesn't represent them just domestically.
Domestically.
Be boring. He primarily plays at the shooting guard position, but he can also play as a small forward. He was selected with the 5th overall pick in the 2015 NBA draft by the Orlando Magic. They should add a K to the end of that, by the way, just to make it more
The Orlando
occult.
Chaos Magic.
Like, yeah.
Shout out the last
Occultish.
podcast on the left.
Shout out. What up, Zabrowski?
Yes.
Every time I think of Henry Zabrowski, I think of him saying the word boobies. He just
Just some
says it like
delicious
that.
boobies.
Yeah. All right. Professional career. For Mario Hazonia, he was in Barcelona from 2012 to 2015. In July of 2012, Hazonia signed a 3-year contract with Spanish club Barcelona at the age of 17. He also had an option to extend for an additional 4 years with the club. His former club, Zagreb, also got 150,000 euros in the name of buyout. What a weird way to put that. That's such a weird translation-y way to do it. As he was still under contract, which is kind of how you would buy and sell players in soccer. That's what they do a lot in FIBA. Is that FIBA?
It's
Does
FIBA.
that count as FIBA?
Yeah, it's FIFA with a B.
Yeah, for sure. FIBA. In 2000, for the 2012-13 season, he was loaned to the reserve team of the club, Barcelona B, of the LAB Oro Spanish division, second division. In 2012, Hazonia was nominated for the FIBA Europe Young Player of the Year award, but Jonas Valanciunas eventually won the award. Hazonia played in the EuroLeague for the first time in 2012-13 season. He appeared in only 2 games, averaging 2.5 points and 2 rebounds per game.
That's a Barcelona thing. That's like an international play thing.
It's just
though.
international play in general.
They
They play
give-
the oldest players.
they give veterans
because they've
priority.
been there the most.
Right.
They give them all the minutes, and the rookies have to sit there and not play during their most athletic years of their life.
We're coming for you, FIBA.
We're gonna get your youngins.
And we're gonna get them.
And we're gonna draft them, make them play in the military. Isn't that what the draft is?
No,
the
that's a
NBA
different-
draft.
You've misunderstood this horribly.
I thought
All
it
right,
was the
what else
VA
about-
draft.
What about what? The VFW draft.
The VFW draft.
The POWMIA draft. What else about Mario Hazonia on his Wikipedia page? Anything of note? How much of a cocky asshole he is?
Oh, it says here he punched a guy in the eye so hard once that it came out the back of his head
That does not
like
say
a
that.
bullet. And then it
Does not
shot
say
another woman in the stomach,
That does
but
not
they could
say
never
that.
prove that it was him.
That does not say that.
It says that. It says that guy's name was Charlie Brownstein, and he lived in Florida at the time of the assault. And Mario Hazonia didn't even play for Orlando yet. He was hanging out outside the arena, hoping someone would notice him.
All you had to say was Florida, dog.
That's
Well,
not true at all.
That's all I need to know about Mario
But
Hazonia.
yeah, that's all you need to know. He's gonna get a lot of playing time this year, though.
How else- what
Victor
else would I-
Oladipo is gone.
what else
so
would I
I'm really
need-
interested in what's gonna happen with that Orlando team.
What else would I need to know about Mario Hazonia that you didn't tell me in that statement about him punching someone's eyeball out of the back of someone's head and into a woman's belly?
That didn't happen. I have to say again.
Well, then I want
but
a
he is the
different
big
player.
dick. He is a.
He has a big dick?
No, he just is.
How would you ever know that?
He snapped it to me on a chat.
Oh, he snapped you a chat of his big old smile?
No, it's Birkenstocks.
Oh.
They're size 16. I'll have you know.
Size 16 Birkenstocks?
Yeah.
He's a real crunchy
They had to
basketball
get
player.
him, special made.
Oh, Jesus. Well, okay,
God.
so we got Mario Azonia. I got to watch Orlando Magic game, which I'm fine with. I'm interested. I want to see what he does. I do like that. I do like that pick. It's going to make me watch someone who I am interested in tentatively.
Are you interested in who your other one was?
Who were you going to give me?
Dennis Schroeder. But he's a little
that would have been more interesting basketball, but he's more well known.
Yeah.
Well, I want to give
still
you
only 22.
My other one for you was Dragon Bender.
Ooh, the Dragon Bender.
The Dragon Bender. But I wanted to make it a little more difficult because Bobby Portis might not be starting a whole lot of games this year.
Oh, yeah.
So I wanted to make it a little more. You'd have to dig a little more.
Did you know that Dragon Bender actually majored in veterinary studies of mythical animals? And they called him there the Dragon Mender. He fixed their bones. It's unlike a horse. It's crazy. You can't even fix a horse's bones. I'm so pleased with myself. I'm so pleased with myself.
I'm just gonna go.
You should be wearing a suit and tie so you could be checking it.
Can I just go?
Pulling out your.
Are we good?
Watch with the sleeve, rolling the sleeve up to do it. It would look more official.
So you have Bobby Portis and I have Mario Azonia.
Yeah.
All right, I'm down with that.
I like that.
I like it too.
See, that's a more even.
Yeah, no, it's pretty
thing,
even
yeah.
because they're both second-year players. Essentially,
both 2015 draft guys.
Yeah. Cool. Well, the one other thing that I wanted to talk about this week and get into is that coming up in the next couple of weeks, there's going to be less important basketball things to do. We're hoping to do an episode possibly next week, but don't quote me on this, where we do talk about one of our least favorite players of all time and one of everyone else's most favorite players, Kobe Bryant, on the heels of his retirement. Oh, Tim Duncan.
Timmy.
Shout out to Tim Duncan. We hated him for many years, but Tim Duncan retired this week, and that's a big blow to basketball, especially
it's one of Dirk's last peers,
especially
so
Dallas basketball
too,
because we grew up hating and despising Tim Duncan,
which is half the fun of basketball as a fan growing up.
Yeah, it's fine
having the team you don't like,
having a villain.
Yeah,
this
having
goes back
a villain.
to the Warriors.
It's as good as having your hero.
This goes back to the Warriors being a positive.
Yeah. Oh man.
But we lost Tim Duncan. He retired.
You can see us on the starters actually.
Yeah, we got the chant.
Shouting out.
Thank you, Tim.
Chanted? I think it was "Thank you, Tim." Yeah.
But yeah, no. In all honesty, what a great player. I mean, probably the best power forward of all time. Even though he played 70% of his career at center. Yeah, that's a real stat. Look it up. He was just so good and infuriating and never got a foul, never got called for a foul. At least he didn't think so.
He never thought he got fouled. He banked in the shots all the time.
Just banking in shots.
Which is nice.
But honestly, I am going to miss watching the big fundamental. He was a hell of a player, and it was always fun for him to match up against Dirk, and they always liked each other. And it's a bummer, but, you know. Life goes on.
Everyone in the NBA who talks about Tim Duncan.
No, he's a great dude.
It's with great reverence, and I've never heard of anyone having something bad to say about the guy. At least as a human being.
Sad to see him go, but it makes a lot of sense because the man was.
His game.
Sad to see him go, but it makes a lot of sense because the man was like
48,000
years old.
I think you were first. Before
I honestly
you were there
think. I really honestly think he could have played a couple more years if he wanted to.
He could have.
He could have benched it out, but I mean. It's taking up at this point in the way this
he doesn't want to.
The way the Spurs develop, it takes up a roster spot essentially if he's just riding pine. So I mean, what's the point?
What does he have left to prove?
Nothing. He's got all the rings, and
how many rings did he win?
5.
5.
Just like Kobe. He has more MVPs than Kobe. Mm-hmm. He has probably
a better winning record.
I think he has,
but that may not be true.
The same amount of Finals MVPs. He might have more Finals MVPs than Kobe.
Yeah.
Like, they put some stats up this week on NBA TV that was comparing him to Kobe in their final stats, and he actually has some better final stats than Kobe. I mean, the points aren't there, but Dirk scored more points than him, but that's not saying anything.
Yeah.
Dirk's got 1 ring. But Tim Duncan going down is huge, and it's going to be weird. No Kobe, no Tim Duncan this year.
Do you feel like, in a weird way, it's kind of like significant of the ushering in of the small ball era? Or is it not because he played center so much?
I don't know. I think that the small ball era happened last year.
Yeah,
the year
it
before
did,
last.
But he's
Sort
been
of
on the decline.
really came in. No, you're right. I think
know?
it's going to have something to do with it, but we've still got some great big guys. I mean, DeAndre Jordan.
That's true.
Dwight Howard's still playing pretty well.
I mean as like a...
You got
like an all-time great,
Zingas.
because DeAndre Jordan
got
is a great
Porzingis.
player, but we don't know yet if he'll go down as an all-time great.
3-6 Latvia.
3-6 Latvia. Yeah.
No, you're right.
I mean,
You
I
have
meant
a
as
point.
the old school, your inside game.
You have a point.
Slow it down.
But it's going to go back in that direction at some point.
yeah,
I bet.
it'll swing.
But yeah, we're hoping next week to have a Kobe retrospective featuring the world's biggest Kobe fan, Amir Blumenfeld from Jake and Amir. If we can get him before he goes out of the country, he's going on another tour with If I Were You, Jake and Amir's podcast.
Yep.
They're going to Dublin. Pardon me, I'm dry from the desert.
They're doubling up on their fans.
So if we can
they're
get
taking it
if
on
we
the
can get a
road.
chance to sit down with Amir, where he wants to talk some Kobe, and we love nothing more than to talk Kobe Bryant, our least favorite player of all time.
And here's this. For being a guest on the show,
We'll give him a sticker.
no.
I gave him some the other day when I went to work.
I will give him a cheapo souvenir
Full
Kobe
blowjob.
jersey that
Oh,
I
you
got
have one.
from the last game that Dirk and Kobe
Oh, I love
actually
this.
played together.
I love
it. was
this.
at Staples. I have 2 of them because they gave me 2. So
Well,
we
then
can
it's
give
not
him
that
one
cool.
of them,
Yeah, no, give him one. That'd be funny.
and me and you can sign it. That's the funniest part of this. I've been building to
I
it.
wish we could cut this out because I would just love to have that happen. No. That's
He
hilarious.
won't see this.
Okay, we'll do.
I doubt he'll watch the end of this episode.
Oh, that's
before-
right. I mean, hit that.
But he could.
I love
Who
that.
knows?
We're gonna do that. If we can get Amir, if Amir has time next week, we're gonna sit down with Amir. And,
Oh, God.
and that'll be fun. But moving forward, we want to talk about what we're planning on doing when we hit these lulls before the season starts. So we were talking about possibly doing some movie commentaries
Yeah.
because there's a lot of basketball movies.
And we had an idea here for the first one.
Well, we
For the
thought about
first-
there's a million basketball movies that
Yeah.
we could do. Space Jam, Hoosiers, Blue Chips,
Bloosiers.
He Got Game,
Chipjers.
White Men Can't Jump.
Hoop Dreams.
That's a real one.
Hoop Dreams is a real one. I
Yeah.
know, but it's 3.5 hours long. We're not watching Hoop
Loving
Dreams.
basketball.
We might watch Hoop Dreams. It's good.
The
But
Basketball Diaries. The
Coach
most
Carter.
depressing one. Coach Carter.
hey, Mr. Carter.
But what I thought would be fun was we do an entire week where we do 3 episodes, all dedicated to the Big Diesel.
Shook Wheel O'Neal.
I didn't have it pulled up.
Shaquille O'Neal. We're going to have a Shaq week.
Gonna have
And this
ourselves a
isn't-
Shaq week.
This isn't the Shaq week
Shaq Week.
that like NBA TV or TNT or whoever puts on where they show his accomplishments and his milestones.
Right.
We're
This is-
showing kind of quite the opposite of his accomplishments and milestones. We're showing his
our
paychecks.
ideas were the three Shaq vehicles.
The 3 biggest.
And we would do them
Shaq
in no
films.
particular order. What do we got, Adam?
We got Kazam. We got Steel. In case you missed that, we've got Kazam, we've got Steel, and we've got Blue Chips. Already mentioned.
I was hoping he would pause between each one so I could play a clip, but Adam doesn't care about form or format.
No, because he was playing the clip while I was trying to say the name of them.
We'll talk about this after air. Jesus.
Ni hao. Oh God.
No,
That's funny.
the idea is, like you said, to do Blue Chips, which I've never seen Blue Chips.
I haven't seen Blue Chips
That's
either.
one
Actually,
of those movies that's
So we're gonna get to
theoretically not
experience
that
that.
bad of a movie.
yeah, it could
From
be
all
great.
accounts. That's the first Shaq movie.
Next
We
week
should do
we're
them
only
in-
watching Gene Hackman basketball films.
We should do them in order. So I say first we do Blue Chips,
Yes.
and then we do Kazam.
I guess it's Kazam.
And then we do Steel.
We kick it off at the end there with
And Steel is real bad.
It's really bad. I watched Steel
like
a
Kazam
year or
is
two
wacky.
ago.
Kazam is like wacky.
Uh-huh.
It's a kid's movie, but Steel is like him legit trying to be a superhero.
This isn't something we like mentioned for Shaq Week, so I'm not gonna promise we're gonna do it, but it would be interesting as well to maybe break into some of Shaq's music career.
If we want to do another episode on Shaq,
if we do, we could do a.
We'll
could
play Kobe
possibly
How
do
My
one
Ass Tastes.
on Kobe How My Ass Tastes.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Oh,
Shaq
we're
classic.
playing that for
we gotta play that anyway.
for Amir next week if we get him on.
He'll love it.
If we don't get him on, we will probably start Shaq Week.
Yeah. So you'll either hear Mir or you'll hear Blue Chips or Kazam, whichever came first.
No, Blue Chips came first.
Blue
Blue Chips was like 1991. Like he was like
And
a rookie.
before that was the chicken.
The chicken.
And then it was the egg.
Idiot.
Yeah. Dumb as shit joke.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Shit joke.
But that's what we're planning on doing. We look forward to Shaq Week.
Yes.
And then after that, we're going to probably do some more like basketball commentaries. Try to get like a little esoteric and do some weird things because we could talk about basketball all year round. That is just the truth. But some weeks it'd be fun to like mix it up because when we hit the basketball season, it's going to be like basketball, and we're going to hopefully have some more friends of ours on to talk about basketball stuff. But like we're going to have more to talk about once the season starts, and we'll get into training camp stuff a little bit, news and notes.
We'll probably try and talk Team USA a little bit.
Yeah, and we'll even
That's going to be the biggest basketball thing happening.
We'll even
maybe.
do news and stuff every week, even if we're not just doing something weird like a basketball movie commentary.
And you better believe that some player between now you better believe it. Some player's going to talk shit on somebody or do something weird tweet a weird emoji out that's like, why is he tweeting the purple eggplant with tear emoji
and a toilet
next to a toilet and the monkey closing its eyes face, and then one closing its ears too. And it's like, what's Boogie tweeting about?
What is that? Let's think about it.
Tweet at us at SwishPod. Let us know.
You know what? I thought about another thing I wanted to tell you. Here is the secondary goal with our guys we have to follow all year.
Yes.
This is my challenge to you.
If I will accept it, and I swish I will.
By the end of the year, you also have to, all on your own, try and book that player as a guest.
I'm just imagining Chris trying to book Mario Azonia and how, like, many fucking hard no's he's going to get.
Okay, I really think that all you have to do is
Bobby
get him.
Portis, maybe.
All you have to do is get him to do a phone call.
Yeah.
We can take a phone call. Oh, we can talk to OG Bobby Portis. We'll talk to Mario Hazonia, the Zone.
We're going to have to call him at the payphones from Disney.
Mario Hazonia?
From Magic Kingdom.
From Orlando?
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be that bad, but I think that's what we should do. You should try and you got to follow this guy all year, and at some point near the All-Star break, you need to have set up an interview with him.
Okay, we're going to try that. It's going to be our
and
goal.
We'll come up with a bet if one person doesn't get it.
What if we both don't get it?
Shave your whole face and head, eyebrows included.
No, I don't want to do that.
And wear a What It's Alopecia hat. Shout out Charlie Villanueva.
Shout out Charlie.
No,
I feel like we're being rude to Charlie.
We are sort of being rude to Charlie.
And I don't want to be rude to Charlie.
We'll figure out a thing coming up
but I don't
and get all that
everything.
worked out. But until then,
if Charlie is listening, excuse me, and he hits me up and he says to shave my head and eyebrows and everything, I'll do it for Charlie, but that's it.
All right. That's fair. Charlie V, get at us, and Adam will shave his balls. You can follow us on everything at SwishPod. You can follow us individually at I am Chris Hayden on everything, and he is
at the Adam Hayden
on everything,
on most everything,
on all the
on
things,
everything,
and
all
the
the
stuffs.
things.
Other than that, we'll be back next week with another episode, hopefully another video. If you like this, let us know. Please get on to iTunes and rate and review. Give us a like on this episode and follow us on everything. Like we said, go to check out our pictures and stuff from Las Vegas Summer League. Those are all on our Twitter at SwishPod. And we'll see you next week. Adam, take it away.
Yeah, we'll be back with B-ball. That's what we're gonna be doing. You better believe it. So you just get out there and you think to yourself, this is going to be a lonely week. There's no basketball. What's Team USA up to? Training. What a bummer. Training? Talking about practice? So what are you going to do? You're going to tune in here. You're going to listen to us. You're going to keep it close. You're going to keep it tight. You're going to keep it taut. You're going to tune it to naught. And then you're going to flip it back inside of a cot. And then you have it. Basketball is made. Enjoy your James Naismith 2.0 peach basket inside of a man's garage. Have a good one.